It's tourist season in Weymouth right now. There's long queues to get anywhere, the roads are clogged full of tourists. You can't even get fish and chips without there being a long line. It's hell right now. It's also a time of the year where hoteliers are trying to make as much money as possible, make sure all their rooms are full, to ensure that they can make as much money as they can in the busiest part of the year. But here, the Riviera Hotel, it's closed. In fact, this hotel, which has amazing views of the Dorset coast and at Bodie's Cove, has been closed for 2 years. No one knows what's happening, the rooms are empty, and it's unclear if the people who work in here can get their jobs back, or if anyone's actually going to be staying in the hotel anymore. The reviews before its closure slammed the state of the hotel. Some tourists were telling others to avoid the hotel or get arrested and stay in a cell instead. It's also a hotel that's owned by a Saudi Arabian businessman who has tried and failed on multiple occasions to sell the venue. And now it lies here crumbling and no one knows what's going on. There's a lot of concerns in the community about what's actually going to happen to this hotel, especially after a recent YouTube video got uploaded of the dire state of the inside of the hotel. So I watched the video and I wanted to see what's actually going on in the Riviera Hotel. Is it going to reopen? Who actually owns it? Why is it in such a dire state? Is it going to reopen? Researching all this for a video put me into a bit of a rabbit hole. By the way, this is another local hotel which is in a much better state. Loads of visitors. Oh, there's even a bunny there. That's cute. And it's actually really nice to go to. The Riviera, on the other hand, is crumbling, and it's fair to say something needs to happen just for the sake of the community, for the tourists who love coming here to Weymouth, and also future tourists who want to come down here, have a lovely time and make some memories at the Riviera Hotel. Although looking at the state of it now, I'm very surprised if anyone would actually say that. In February 1936, Joseph Roland Bradley purchased undeveloped land at Bodie's Cove to build a new holiday park in Weymouth. The striking Riviera Hotel was constructed between 1936 and 1937, based on plans by local architect Lionel Stewart Smith. The distinctive white and blue hotel was meant to be modelled on European buildings and offer a stark and different venue to the town's more Georgian-style buildings. This Art Deco hotel uses reinforced concrete, and its slender square tower is flanked by 2 continuous arcs. Bradley had bigger plans. He wants to build 4 similar hotels around the West Country, including in Bournemouth, Weston-super-Mare and Clevedon. However, Bradley was declared bankrupt after he poured so much money into the original project at Bodie's Cove. Yet, he was later to be discovered to be a fraud. It turned out that Bradley was using other people's money for the project at Bodie's Cove. He unlawfully used money from his legal firm's clients for his own ventures and investments, including the purchase of the land at Bodie's Cove. His actions saw him sentenced to 4 years penal solitude for fraud in 1940. Despite its shaky start, the Riviera Hotel was a success. It had its own private beach, tennis court, bowling green and putting green. The hotel itself contained 69 bedrooms, a reception, dining and dance hall, smoking room, billiards room, card room, 2 management flats and staff quarters above. During the Second World War, the hotel housed disabled children under the age of 14. The hotel was also used as a wartime hospital by American forces during the war. Holiday camp owner Frederick Pontin, known for the Pontins brand, purchased the hotel in 1958. He expanded the hotel to 100 bedrooms and even built a new ballroom. In December 1960, the ground ballroom of the hotel suffered a huge fire and left a 15-foot hole through its wooden floor and a load of debris in a billiard room below. In 1968, another fire occurred and it damaged the ballroom but also the nursery, bar and cafe. In January 1997, Historic England declared that the property should become a Grade 2 listed building. For many decades, the hotel has seen countless families and tourists enjoy the Mediterranean-style hotel, and it's been passed on from owner to owner from the year 2000 onwards. The site was later bought by Saudi Arabian hospitality firm Diafa for £3.5 million in 2009. After its takeover, the Riviera Hotel underwent some renovations to improve the rooms and the facilities. And that's the history lesson all over and done with. So it's a hotel with dozens of rooms. It's got an indoor swimming pool, an outdoor swimming pool, a gym, spa facilities, a massive ballroom for function space. It's got a restaurant, bar. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's also a venue that's hosted school proms, music gatherings, friends reuniting, stag do's, or just people just come to Weymouth for the first time and enjoying it. Countless people, families have come here and enjoyed it over the years. But in recent years, it's been on a steady decline. Now, during the COVID pandemic, rough sleepers and homeless people stayed at the Riviera Hotel just to give them somewhere safe to stay during the pandemic. When the hotel started reopening to guests again, the stay at the hotel wasn't great. The rooms were in a dire state, and it was very clear that they needed to reinvest some money back into the hotel. Then after COVID and a drop in guests, something else happened, which was quite bad. The roof was seriously damaged in a storm. In February 2022, the hotel was battered by a storm which ripped the roof and felt off its ballroom and damaged the water connection. The ballroom was closed for a while, but this was finally repaired in 2024. Now, because of the state of the ballroom and the state of the hotel, the Riviera Hotel decided to close its doors initially for a year. And it's fair to say the reviews online explain why it needs to happen. Of course, this is the closest I can get to the Riviera Hotel, but you can just see the vegetation and the grass overgrown. Just needs to all be cut back and trimmed back. And of course the state of the hotel as well just looks in a very dire state. Now, last year the repairs to the roof were finally completed, but it was unclear when the hotel would actually reopen again. So the Dorset tried to investigate it, and they managed to get a tip off from a staff member that the hotel will eventually reopen, but was unable to say when. Well, I think it's fair to say that exclusive was a bit of a dud because, it's still quite closed. And of course, despite the fact it's closed, it's been closed for 2 years now, it hasn't stopped people jumping over the fence. The police even had to get involved as well, as a gang of young people broke into the premises and, damaged it a bit and did what kids do. So stay at the hotel led to a lot of concern among the community, especially councillors. Now, the 20th Century Society also raised their concerns about the state of the hotel, and not only that, but also how it failed to attract a buyer, and also what the general plan was for the site. They asked the owners for a comment about that and see what plan they had in place to improve it, but they got nothing. And now it's, you can see how bad it is.
The 20th Century Society said, "The celebrated Midland Hotel Morecambe demonstrates how a revived Riviera could once again be a glamorous destination, yet it is currently fast fading into obscurity. C20 is urging the hotel owners to present a proper vision for the building and reverse this decline."
I've had a little scout of the site. It's surrounding in fencing, CCTV, and there's 3 caravans down there, presumably for security or just people just looking after the place, keeping an eye on it. But as you can see, all this grass here used to be mowed. It's now growing wild. The palm trees are still looking good though, which is good. And you can just see the building as well, just crumbling, almost as if it's just been chipped away. So in 2021, the hotel went up for sale for £5.5 million. It attracted a bit of interest, then it was taken off the market. It went back on the market again. There was a bit more interested, including a local businessman, but it didn't go through at all. How I understood it as a local reporter at the time was that the offer was on the table, but it was all about the owner actually accepting the bid, entertaining the bid, or just speaking more about it. And then it just fell flat. Didn't sell at all. Now, its owner, Abdulaziz Musalam, bought the hotel and he brought it to his portfolio that has hotels all across Europe and the world. Now, full disclosure, I have a C in GCSE Business Studies. I did an AS level in economics, dropped after a year because my business knowledge and understanding is not great. So when I looked at Companies House, I didn't know what I was doing, if I'm being honest with you. I like research, I do a lot of writing, look for planning documents. I'm used to all of that because that's words. Numbers like that, and talk about net assets and all that. I didn't have the foggiest what I was looking at. So I had a little bit of help. And this is what I found out.
Now brace yourself, because all of this made my brain hurt. I started digging into all of this, but I had to stop and watch the F1 instead. Owner Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Musalam comes from a wealthy family and has made its wealth thanks to purchasing hotels across the world for millions. Under the MH Limited Partnership, they acquired the Prince de Galles Hotel in Paris for €141.5 million. I could go further down this rabbit hole, but let's just focus on the Riviera Hotel. The Riviera Hotel is owned by Bowleys Holdings Limited, which was set up in the British Virgin Islands in 2009. Unfortunately, I cannot get further information about the business because tax havens aren't quite known for being transparent. The advantages of setting up a holding company can include protecting its assets, tax advantages, being able to gamble with investment strategies, and can also be helpful when selling a business or an asset. The business side of the Riviera Hotel is managed by Bowleys Limited, with its parent company being Bowleys Holdings Limited. Musalam set up the firm as director along with a few other business figures. On October 14, 2009, Bowleys Limited entered into a commercial lease of 21 years to rent the Riviera Hotel from the holding company. A commercial rent was due to the holding company of £145,000, of which £60,000 was outstanding at the year end. It appears that Bowleys Limited owes £1.5 million to Bowleys Holdings Limited and a further £2.1 million to a bank or a lender. As stated in its 2013 accounts, the company and therefore the hotel is reliant on funding from the parent company and one of its directors. The document stated, the directors consider that adequate funding will continue to be received from these parties to enable the company to continue trading and therefore prepared these financial statements on the ongoing concern basis. That appears to have been the same ongoing concern about the business, as accounts largely paint the same picture. In the following years, figures behind the scenes started changing. These changes behind the scenes meant that Abdul Aziz Musalam was the sole director of Bowleys Limited. A look through the accounts show that the Bowleys Limited is in a poor financial state. According to the latest filed accounts in 2024, the business is running at a loss of £2.4 million. Under current liabilities, the short-term debts the company needs to pay within a year, they total £83,592. Long-term liabilities, which are debts due after more than a year, currently total £3,694,450. These accounts paint a poor financial picture of the business. A hotel reliant on its ownership investing money into the venue. An ownership losing money and unwilling to reinvest in the hotel. Hence why he's tried to sell a hotel multiple times. The hotel's website is also down because the domain has expired. Also not good.
So it's May 2025. I'm still on this long walk around the Riviera Hotel site, trying to understand what the hell's going on here. Now, the state of the Riviera Hotel was actually brought up in a Dorset Council meeting by Louis O'Leary, who said that he had spoken to Dorset Council's planning authority to understand what the hell's going on and actually raise concerns about the state of the hotel.
Yes, it's an issue in my ward, but one that affects Weymouth and follows on from the comment about Bowleys. I had a meeting alongside Councillor Dickinson about 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago with the cabinet member for planning at Dorset about Riviera, which a number of you will be aware is currently empty and in a bit of a state. He is working with conservation and planning enforcement officers on the subject, and the scaffolding has come down, which we're unsure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then we do have a meeting upcoming with somebody that is interested in the future of the site, which hopefully will be a positive. So while it is a ward issue, it is one that affects the skyline of Weymouth, as it were, and one that affects the whole town. So hopefully we can get a positive way forward on that.
While editing this video, I did approach Councillor O'Leary about his comments made in the council meeting and seeing if there was any update on his remarks. He thankfully replied to me and said that a meeting will take place in June. Progress.
What happens next to Riviera Hotel? Will the owner finally sell it? Will he get all his money reinvested into it? Will people get their jobs back? And will this hotel finally get back into its former glory? I mean, sure, it's a hotel that divides a lot of opinion. A lot of people just say, knock it down, put something big and better for it. But it's a stunning hotel that it just needs a bit of love and respect. And unfortunately, it's just not getting it at the moment. Thank you very much for watching this video and watching me go on a walk around the Riviera Hotel and explain its history and why it's in the dire state it is. It's a real bad place, and it's such a shame it's in like this condition. If you did like this video, please drop me a like, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Now on the video screen right now there'll be some videos that you might be interested in, and I really would appreciate it if you would watch one of those videos. And yeah, I'm not sure what else to say, but other than take care for now and hopefully see you again here soon.